Hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully this will be the final day of DS3 any percent, but we'll see. I can hope. So we got a one-hit run yesterday. Still annoyed at it because of the one hit, but that one to DSA does still annoy me. I will just have a look at it quickly. We'll just do one round of DSA quickly, just as a practice. Okay, my L1 isn't working. Why is my L1 button not working? Why the fuck is my L1 not working? Okay, interesting controller. Why was my button not working? There we go. Well, that was weird. At least that doesn't happen in a run. Okay, try this again. Now that I can actually attack him. Okay, that's better. See, the issue is just if he does start stalling a bunch. I'll do one more. It's just if he does start stalling and all the butterflies start doing shit, then it gets scary. So basically he needs to not stall. But stalling this phase is fine. As long as it's not so long that my magic runs out. Yeah, okay. That's it. If he just doesn't stall, it's fine. If he does stall, I should try and find a way to homeward bone. Somehow. Not exactly sure how, but we can worry about that one later. Okay, in that case, I think we just get started. See if we can beat our one-hit run yesterday. Gene. Let's see what we can do. You also started DS3 no-hit today, and after 3 attempts furthers you... I'm supposed to kill that guy, I completely forgot. Start DS3 no-hit today, and the furthest you got was Found Keep after 3 attempts. Dude, that's really good. Like, getting as far as Found Keep after like a couple attempts of no-hit is really good. So I can't remember really anything of my like very first stuff when I started learning it. It definitely took me longer than 3 attempts. Yeah, Soul Level 1 DS3 is hard. I don't think it's as bad as some of the other games, but it's definitely still not easy. And I'm sure you will get it. Okay, I avoided that enemy this time. Okay, and then remember to kill this enemy as well. I do love how I was able to get hit by like the 3rd enemy in the game. Oh, if you've done Elden Ring and Sekiro no hit, then okay, yeah. So I've done them as well. So I guess if you've done no hit before, it does kind of help. Like you kind of have an idea of what to do, even if it's a different game. That's it. I think the first part of the run isn't too bad though. Like it's a lot of running around at the start. Although if you've done Elden Ring no hit, you're probably familiar with starting a run with a lot of running around. So hello Marina, hope your day is going well. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like, I've played DS3 quite a lot as well, so... Like, you know, even if you've only just started learning no-hits, you probably already have a pretty good idea on, you know, like some bosses and things. So it definitely helps a bunch. But I'm sure you'll do very well. As I said, I took like a 10 or 11 month break from DS3 no hit when the Elden Ring DLC came out. And at the time my PB was 4, and then yesterday we got a 1, so... Hopefully we're not too far away from getting the run. Yeah, Sansa will be okay, Marina. I'm sure she'll be fine. I think, yeah, Elden Ring, you would run around for like 40 minutes, basically. And then, you know, just if you messed up a boss or something, then that's just 40 minutes of running around gone. So I remember running around doing all the setup and then failing like the ETS cheese or something. And that's just half an hour just down the drain. That's it. At least there's not... I mean, is there as much run? There probably is as much running around in DS3's Elden Ring. Maybe not quite as much. But also in DS3, you have to fight stuff on the way, so it's fine. You know, it's not literally just running around. You do actually get to play the game in the meantime, which is good. That is just the worst part about Elden Ring. Honestly, I do generally think what they need to do in Elden Ring is just remove the side path to Liurnia. Like, I get that it gives the player choice, whatever, but honestly, take out the side path and just force players through Stormvale Castle. And then in no-hit runs, it also means you get to fight something earlier. I haven't been hit by those dudes in a while, and I've been hit by them like 3 times in 2 days. I really don't like those enemies by that door. Hilda. Just going through all the names. You have safe drive home, Will? That's the thing. I do think removing the side path to Liurnia would just make it nice because it forces players through Stormvale, which, given it's kind of intended as the first dungeon anyway, makes sense. And it kind of does give you... it gives you an introduction to bosses, an introduction to Great Runes, sort of like more closed off, typical FromSoft level. And also it's just like a mini skill check before you get onto the sort of main part of the game. So I do think it would have been better. And while also not being as boring for any kind of challenge run or no hit. Because of course the optimal is just take the side path and run around for 40 minutes. Because the fact you have access to all of Limgrave, Caelid, Liurnia, Altus, Gelmir, like before you even fight anything, is, I just think, too much. Like, they should have closed something off. Why did you jump? It'd be so much easier if I just learned what to actually do for Gundyr instead of just fighting him every time. But at least it's easy enough that it doesn't matter. And given it's not even 2 minutes in, I don't think it makes a difference. Let's see if we can actually get out of Hyrule this time. We've had 2 runs. Let's actually start playing the game now. The only thing I don't like about being on 1 hit is, like, having a 1-hit PB is now anytime I get hit, it can't PB and it is just a reset. That's what I don't like about this. I don't think in... Actually, no, I have in Sekiro. I was about to say I don't think in any of my no-hit runs I've had a 1-hit PB at any point. But I think I have in Sekiro for one of the endings at some point.
Ashen?
Oh yeah, with Sellsword Twin Blades, I'd imagine it is kind of busted. I pick Assassin to start so that I have Spook. So I don't think Spook is too difficult to just get normally. like somewhere in the game, but starting with Spook is just a lot nicer, I find. Like, even though the S-Duck is pretty bad, I think dealing with it for one boss is fun. Where do you actually get Spook, MDM? Is it like the Road of Sacrifices dudes? Or is it somewhere else? It's just that I really don't actually know. I really don't know where you get any kind of magic in this game. Okay, don't hit me this time. Okay, didn't hit me this time. What from Orbeck of Vinha? Yeah, I think that's the guy that we get Hidden Body from. I want to say it's that guy. And yeah, I guess that's basically having Twin Blades for Gundu and Vort versus having Spook for the first couple of areas. So I don't think it really makes that much difference. It's just nice to have for stuff like this. I mean, Twin Blades are busted, but you get them early enough in the game that it doesn't matter. Like, sure, if they were in like Irithyll or something, then I could definitely see a case to start with. Just start with the Twin Blades and get Spook. But for me, they're early enough that I don't worry about it. It's only Gundu and Vort you need to deal with. Please don't attack me. You're going to attack me. Okay, second boss. And that's the thing, it's just a case of the run I watched to learn the routes started this class. Like that's the only reason I chose it. Just the run I learnt from did it, so I just copied. Yeah, good luck to you as well on your run. Sure, it will go very well. Grab those. I'm awful at this firebomb throw. Don't know when the last time I actually got all 3 dogs was. Yeah, that got 2. And there's the 3rd. Backup firebomb to help. I'm just awful at aiming that for some reason. That's a comment. That sure is a comment, friends. Yeah, twin blades are pretty good, to say the least. I think it's not just how good they are, it's just how early in the game they are. Like, if they were in, I don't know, Archdragon Peak, then they'd probably be balanced. But the fact that you only need to kill 2 bosses to get them, well, you can either start with them or kill 2 bosses to get them. So there's just not really another choice. Still don't know why I randomly get this bonfire. I guess it does help reset the enemy, but really don't know why. Lurking for Night Rain again. Yep. Are you going to be going after the... Please don't attack me. You're going to be going after the final boss guy or just doing like some of the other ones? Okay, I can move to here now. Doing the other ones? Okay. Okay, next one that lands, I'm running. And go. Wait here. And run. Yeah, the final boss is cool. I said, like, I said we haven't beaten him, but I have seen the full fight a few times. It is pretty cool. I do think my favourite is, like, my favourite, like, excluding the final boss, because I haven't beaten him yet. I do think my favourite is probably Adele, still. But the Centaur dudes... Okay, this is a bit weird. I like the fight, I'm just not a massive fan of the actual design. You know, I like the mechanics of the fight itself, but the design, or just like... I don't know, I just don't like Centaur. I don't know how else to, like, phrase it. Don't really know how to say, but I just don't like the design for some reason. I think Adele, Gladius, and Centaur are my top 3. I said, like, except maybe the final boss once I actually beat him. And I do also think the moth is cool. Like, the moth and the dragon, I think, are both cool. I do need to fight the dragon again. And then I think Libra's fun, but it would be better if there weren't so much spam everywhere. I think Libra has too much spam. So I do need to do some more solo at some point. So I've still only done Gladius and Adele solo. I haven't even attempted any of the others yet. But maybe that's something I should do at some point, actually try and do the rest of them solo. As I said, like, Adele and Gladius are really fun by yourself. And say Gladius is annoying when it splits in 3. But I think it's still cool. And it still works. Like I said, the only issue with solo is the end of day bosses can just be fucking awful. You get one that's just like 2 or 3 really tanky bosses, then you're just screwed, basically. That's the only real thing. Don't hit me. I can't even think what I would do if I got like the Crucible Knight and Hippo in a solo run. But that doesn't sound fun. Okay, if this guy drops down and kills me, I swear to God. Okay, he didn't. He didn't, we're fine. Okay, Grass Crest, Dagger. Time to just run around some more. As in, like, Crucible Knight and Hippo, I imagine would be a pain. I've had, like, the Tree Sentinel with the 2 other dudes. That was annoying. Or, oh, what's their name? Like, Demi-Human Queen and the Swordsman. Which I also think is really bad by yourself. I had them twice and was able to beat them once because I just had like Frost and Bleed. If you don't have status effects for that stuff, it's just so fucking bad. Wait for him to turn around. I probably should have spooked earlier. Nah, we're fine. All good. Wondering in case that dude like turned around and basically saw me as I was running. But even if he did see me, he probably wouldn't catch up. Okay. So the skull. Hope none of them hit me by mistake. It's not happened with this group of enemies before, in fairness. It's happened with the dudes that I throw a skull at outside Cathedral, where they've just accidentally like hit me, but like, I've accidentally run into them and they were going for the skull. It's not happened with those dudes. So hopefully it won't. Run along here. So I do think Night Rain is a really fun game, like from what I've played so far. That's it. I don't really. I do think the replayability is an issue, but there just isn't much. I'd say there's not much of there is a good amount of it, but probably not as much as there should be. I think the game by itself is still really fun. I say maybe when I play some more, or like if I start doing more runs or like fighting some of the Night Lords multiple times, then I will see what the replayability is actually like, but for now it's a really fun game. So I've only played it like 12 hours or something, I think. I mean, yeah, not every game needs to be like infinitely replayable, but at the same time, given that Night Rain is kind of supposed to be a roguelike style game, then you could argue that replayability is kind of the point of a game like that. You know, so like the different runs and the different items, you know, replayability is one of the focuses of that type of game. So in Night Rain's case, I think it is actually an important thing. You know, if it can't really be replayed. In a story game, absolutely, just play it once and move on. But not for this thing. keep those on. I say you shouldn't. But obviously, it's okay to just play a game like this once, then move on. But it shouldn't feel repetitive and like a chore if you were to play it multiple times. Please don't see me. But we'll see. I said, for now at least, I'm really enjoying it. Avoiding spoilers and footage for a month is gonna be interesting. I mean, good luck with doing that. And also good luck on your exams as well in a month. But trying to avoid all of that for a month is probably difficult. Because at the moment, we're probably still in the kind of time where people are kind of cautious about spoilers. Like, people are still trying to be, you know, give a kind of courtesy to the viewer, not completely spoiling everything. But at some point, that courtesy will just go and it's like, well, you've had the chance to play it now, so here's everything. So it might be difficult to avoid spoilers in a few weeks. Voter sacrifices. And that's the thing, like, even with just YouTube, just seeing like a thumbnail pop up or like a community post or anything like that. I fucking hate that enemy, oh my god. Hey, if you can avoid all the spoilers and in a month's time be able to play it completely blind, then I'm sure you will enjoy it a lot. I think, like, yes, reviews have been a bit mixed, but I think most of the mixed stuff comes from like concerns over things like crossplay or like replayability and things. I think the game by itself is really good. Okay. Hopefully this dude won't see. He's definitely going to see me. No. He didn't? What the fuck? I was expecting him to see me there. Not that it really would have made a difference, but...
You should have waited. Well, it's too late now.
Yeah, go on, Sigurd, fuck him up. Okay. Oh yeah, that's fine then. So it's probably pretty easy to avoid things like boss patterns and boss phases and this kind of thing as long as you don't actually click on a video. That's the thing, you might get spoiled on like a design or something from a thumbnail, but you're definitely not gonna see any of the fight. Yeah, that Outright Knight is really annoying. I do not like him. I don't really think there's a good way to properly avoid him. Because at that point I don't have any skulls to use. So on the way back I kind of just have to like run and hope for the best.
Ready.
Okay, let me get my rings on. Get them off.
Well, I will to farewell, Ashen One.
Okay, off to Abyss Watchers. Finally. Oh yeah, wipe. I completely forgot that was even an item. That is actually kind of useful, isn't it? I'm just so used to running around with Spook and Hidden Body. I forgot that item actually existed. Yeah, that probably does make it a bit easier. I think I'm still fine without it, but... Yeah, I completely forgot that item was a thing. Okay, can we not be on completely different parts of the screen, please? Friend, please get up. No. That's not good. That's really not good. Oh, that's super not good. Oh, friend won. And friend is gone. And this guy's... Oh, fuck. I don't like this. I also don't like running this way around the arena. Where the fuck is my friend? He's getting up. I don't want to be too close to them. Oh shit, he's coming over. Where is the other dude who's here? Oh my god, he won. Hello, sir. That was a really scuffed face one. No. Fuck you. How do you dodge that attack if you're that close? Well, time to spend another half an hour running around. Fuck's sake. Time to run around for another half an hour. Just what I wanted. Barbara. Why not? Oh dear. Yeah, this is what I don't like about PB being one hit. Anything like that happens and it's back to the cemetery. It's also not like I need to practice Abyss Watchers though. I just messed. It was just a skill issue. I think you kind of need to go to the side on that attack, and I just started panic rolling backwards for some reason. Thank you for the good luck on the run. See if we can not get hit this time. I am indeed a skill issue. That is very true. Oh dear. I guess at least it was only Abyss Watchers. I wasn't too far into the run. Yeah, I remember Sekiro I was doing... I think it was Purification. The ending where you fight our father. I think on one of those runs I was on 0 hits and then lost a run to Ishin. At the very... It was like phase 3 Ishin as well, I think. I'm pretty sure I did that. It might have been phase 2, but it was Ishin anyway. Yeah, like losing... Having just like one hit is so annoying. See, because before yesterday, if I got hit to Abyss Watchers there, or like before, like a couple streams ago when my PB was still, say, 4 hits, if I got hit to Abyss Watchers, I would have just kept going. And I'd be like, okay, well, at least go and do, like, dance and probably deacons kind of thing. But now it's just reset. The joys of no hit. This is why, like, from a... I mean, conceptually, I think I prefer no hit to speedruns. But from an actual, like, playing the game perspective, I do think I prefer speedruns. Just because with speedruns you are allowed to make a mistake. You know, like, you can miss a skip, you can... like get hit by enemies and all this kind of thing, depending on, you know, depending on what your PB is or how good you are, you could even die in a speedrun, it'd be fine. But no hit is just one shot, anything goes wrong, that's it. Which, I think I prefer no hit more from the standpoint of seeing the run and like, oh look, entire game without getting hit, and I think it's just a really cool thing. The speedruns are just nicer to actually run. No. So, full damage and poison. So full damage and poison, like from Fahrenkeep, are all fine. But dying from full damage does count as a hit. So full damage is fine as long as you don't die. And saying then poison, like swamps, are fine if you don't die. But an enemy proccing poison, so like being poisoned by an enemy is a hit, is the general thing. Yeah, that's it. I did a few Sekiro speedruns on PS5. So I did Immortal Severance no air swim. Or no, Shura no air swim rather. I did a bit of Shura no air swim on PS5. But let me tell you, trying to practice some of those skips on PS5 is really annoying. Practicing something like Ape Skip, where if you fall out of the map, you actually just have to sit there for 30 seconds until you time out. Because you can't just reset your position like on PC. That's it. And then recently, before I came back to this, I was doing some Immortal Severance glitchless speedruns on PC. That's it. It's a lot nicer to do it on PC than PS5 for sure. Also, especially just because of the timer, you can actually see how fast you're going. Say, but I put that Immortal Severance stuff on hold for now to try and do this run. Yeah, PC is just so much nicer for both practice and also just being able to actually see how far ahead or behind you are. Yeah, Sekiro S1 Demon Bell without Kuro's charm. That sounds fun. I'm trying to remember what run I did of Sekiro. I'm trying to remember if the run I did was with or without Kuro's charm. So I did the base vitality, 1 attack power, no skills, no healing, Immortal Severance run. I can't remember if I did Charmless as well. I don't think I did Demon Bell. I think it was Charmless. That one was fun, to be fair. Although Ishin took a fucking year to beat. Hey, we actually hit all of them that time. And what even is the closest you can get to like an SL1 run in Sekiro? So it's probably like attack power 1. because you don't really have stats, so yeah, I think I did that run after I had gotten no hits. Oh yeah, I guess base vitality attack power 1 is probably the equivalent. But I'd say that's definitely harder though. Because of course in Souls games, even if you can't level your damage through scaling, you can still level the actual weapon itself. But that's not a thing in Sekiro. So I would say base vitality attack power 1 is definitely harder than SL1 in Souls. You figured out the way in the... Oh, okay. That sounds like a fun time, Rens. Sure sounds interesting. See, I need to do that as well at some point. Actually play through that area in Night Rain. See, I'm assuming there aren't any other places. Like, there aren't any other, like, the shifting things. I still need to do that one. Oh yeah, I do think Sekiro will be the hardest. Because, the only way to increase your damage is with attack power. So if you did attack power 1, then... I'm trying to remember, I did actually try... I tried a Sekiro run just for a laugh at some point. I can't remember when. But I was doing Shura... It was Shura attack power 1... Was it no skills? I think it was Shura attack power 1, no skills or prosthetics. And I tried it for a laugh. And I was able to get to Shura Ishin on a hitless run. And then I got hit to him. So I guess for that I have a 1-hit PB. But I kind of just tried that like a few times just kind of for fun. And let me say, like, Shura Ishin takes a long time to kill at attack power 1. So I can't imagine having to play even more of the game, like no hit at that attack power, things taking longer and longer to kill, and then getting to Sword Saint and still having, then that fight will take even longer, and then still doing that no hit. Yeah, we lost a run to Abyss Watcher's Will. I mean, technically, I think this is actually the 4th run, like, of today, but the most recent one died to Abyss Watchers. Now, Abyss Watchers are a good fight. Don't hate on them. I just hate the fact that it's after, like, 20 minutes of running around. Like, why can't they just remove Road of Sacrifices? Like, honestly, it would make the game better. Just get rid of Road of Sacrifices and we'll be fine. Yeah, that's the thing. Both Ishins are quite tough to fight at the end of a no-hit. I think sure Ishin is definitely easier, especially if you're using Mortal Draw. But I think both of them are quite annoying. Luckily, the first times I beat Sure and Immortal Seventh, no hit, no damage, I never lost a run to either of the final bosses. Like the first times doing them. I said, when I did Purification, I lost a run to Sword Ancient as the final boss. I want to say when I did All Memories, when I did All Memories, I definitely lost a run to Father Owl. But I can't remember if he was the penultimate boss or the final boss. When I, like, you know, which order I did them in when I was doing that run. I definitely lost an All Memories run right at the end to Father Owl. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was All Memories and not Purification. But that one was sad. Because Purification and All Memories took me like 3 months to get 2 runs. Oh yeah, I prefer no damage. That was close. That's it. I prefer doing no hit and no damage. Like I just think it's more fun. I also kind of prefer it conceptually with things like fall damage and self-inflicted damage. I just prefer not doing them. So that's the thing. All of my 5 Sekiro runs and Elden Ring, any percent, all of those I did no hit and no damage as a together run. So I do like doing that where possible. But then in the case of DS3, doing an actual no damage run is just so bloody painful, I just didn't even bother. Like, I'm not about to fuck around in Farron Keep with like 20 poison boluses and trying to eat through them to stop poison proccing. Or casting Spook when I walk off like a 1-foot ledge. Because I would take 4 damage. That's it. I like doing no damage as well, like in combination with no hit where possible, but in a game like this, like in a game like DS3, it would just be so tedious and so painful that I'm just not gonna bother. So that's why I'm doing no hit for this, not no hit, no damage. Yeah, I would imagine it's way harder than no hits. Said just all of the fall damage. I mean, all the fall damage just makes Spook a requirement. And then, like Farron Keep, I don't even know how you do no damage. Like, actually, how do you do this area no damage? I genuinely don't understand. Is basically go to one of these little islands and then just wait for your poison to wear off. Go to the next one, wait for the poison to wear off. And just so on. I don't even want to think about it, but yeah, that's bad. Yeah, I'd be up for helping you with ER no hit Rens. I think once all of the Night Rain stuff has kind of worn down a bit and it's not like playing it every day kind of thing, I'd definitely be down to help with that. So I do think my favourite game, like of the three, well, I'd say of the 2.9 Souls no-hit games that I've done, counting Dark Souls 3 is the 0.9 there, I would say that Sekiro is my favourite to no-hit. Because it's faster than DS3 and Elden Ring, it has better combat, it's also a shorter no-hit run, so your mistakes are punished less. And that's it, I know like having to perfect parry everything is really difficult, but I think, as I said, like, if you, even in an all memories run of Sekiro, if you get hit to Sultan Ishin, you lose like an hour and a half. Whereas even in just DS3 any percent right now, if I get hit to Soul of Cinder, I lose 2 hours. So Sekiro is just a lot shorter. So from that standpoint, it's not as punishing for mistakes. I mean, honestly, if you wanted to learn Sekiro no hit, I would teach you. But I don't know, knowing you, it just probably isn't the kind of thing you would want to learn. Like, I would absolutely teach you. I just wouldn't imagine that it would be your idea of fun. Yeah, maybe best not to. It's like, though permadeath could be cool. Because, like, Deathless is just, I mean, obviously, but Deathless is so much more forgiving. And also, like, Deathless is very, very reasonable. I mean, in all the Souls games, Deathless is a very reasonable challenge run for people who want to, like, get better at the game or play the game some more. Especially in Sekiro, where, you know, because it doesn't have a actual like soul level 1, any kind of attack power 1 run is just awful. Then something like Deathless would be much better. Whereas for the other games, I definitely recommend probably SL1 over Deathless. That's it, I think, except for Sekiro, like, generally speaking, I would recommend SL1 over Deathless. Because, I mean, because the Deathless one still has, like, a fail condition. Like, if you die, you fail the run. Whereas SL1, you could get better at the bosses and you can die as many times as you like. So I do think that, generally speaking, that's better when people want a challenge compared to Deathless. Yeah, Deathless Sekiro, I think, is very obtainable to like casual players. Like you just get beads and things. I mean, of course, the only thing in Sekiro's case is how do you counter death? You know, do you allow yourself to resurrect or not? Which I think you do. I mean, it's not an actual death, but I guess that varies from player to player based on their own preference, whether they want to allow that or not for a deathless run. I think, like, to me, resurrecting isn't a death. And it also means you do have a few more resources with things like Dragon's Blood droplets and Jizo statues and things to help and, you know, try and get revives back. Like trying to use one of the items to get a revive back in the mid of a boss fight. I can't remember how many we had in 2-player 1 controller. Did we actually die to a boss? I can't remember if we died to a boss or not. So if we did, it was the areas. It still went really well though. I am still shocked at how well our 2-player 1 controller run went. Alpha and Centipede, okay. Yes, really not that many then. I didn't think you were bad, okay. It doesn't matter how good you are, like 2-player 1 controller is gonna be difficult just because you're trying to coordinate with each other. Even if both players are really, really good. I didn't think you were bad, okay? Okay, get rid of that. You're really not bad at Sekiro though. You are actually pretty good, in all seriousness. Get my bones out again. Oh yeah, but even when doing it one-handed though, like it's still only one person thinking about it. So it's just a case of pressing the right button. But with 2 players, you have to coordinate with each other, so it is harder. My game crashed. Oh no, it didn't. Oh wow. That was like the most crashy freeze ever. That was like the most obvious game crash freeze ever. How did it not? Okay, sharp gem. Where the hell is the Firekeeper?
Well, I then
We share one brain cell. You might be onto something there.
I shouldn't want me.
Might be onto something with that. You could definitely do Deathless. What the fuck? That guy has never hit me before. That guy has never hit me. Literally ever. But he doesn't even get close. You stand here, spook, and just run. And then by the time he's actually stood up, you're just gone. But that's so dog shit. I'll go and fight Abyss Watchers, but... How? He's literally never hit me before. Never even gotten close. Oh my god. That's just dumb. The fact it wasn't even two Abyss Watchers themselves, but a random enemy on the run to them. So fuck him up. Having wacky never before was happening in your miracle run last night. Well, how's that run going? now that you actually have a damaging miracle. Can someone just come and attack me? No, no, no. Fuck. Oh, that went well. Why did I have to get hit to a random enemy? That's just so dumb. Back-to-back runs where I do the entire fucking Abyss Watchers running section. And then lose the run just to waste as much time as possible. Got Lightning Spear, beat Abyss Watchers immediately, and then got Lightning Stake. That sounds fun. The only thing I've ever done with Lightning Stake is just sell it. Because it's the Sandworm drop. That sounds like the Miracle Run is going well. God fucking damn it, random enemy. That was actually the most random enemy possible. Like... could not have been a more random enemy. Not even one that even usually gets an attack off. I said, normally that guy... like, he's sitting down, then by the time he stands up, I'm just gone. That is irritating. Then you backtrack to kill Vort and Dancer. Wait, did you do Dancer before Wolnir then? I guess, I guess you can, yeah, there's nothing stopping you, but... I guess actually if you fight Dancer earlier, then... Lothric Castle and Cyrus and stuff. My favourite Souls game is DS3, yes. I think my favourite FromSoft game is Bloodborne. Then definitely Bloodborne casually. Favourite Souls for sure is DS3. Because DS2 I don't mind, and then honestly I am a DS1 hater. I just got hit to Gundyr. I just got hit to Gundyr. Oh, this day is going well. Okay, we're going back to another of the name conventions. We're just going to call it Help and see what happens. Level 36 Dancer. What level am I in this one when I fight Dancer? I want to say 33? I think you're level 33 in this one when I fight Dancer. Just at level 36 is still really under-leveled. And the fact that you're able to get her is really good. And so then if you can get any of the other, then that's just even more souls. So I don't know enough about miracles to know if Dancer actually locks any miracles. Like any of the like tomes or anything. I don't know if there are any like Van Lothric Castle. Okay, just let me get past Gundyr. Thank you. Lothric Divine Tomes behind Dancer, okay. Isn't there a tome, like, in Grand Archives? Or is that... no, that might... I think that's just a miracle, not a tome. Like, where the Winged Knight dudes are. I mean, Grand Archives is locks behind Yorm and Aldrich anyway, so... Did a pretty fun one in Bloodborne beating the game with every weapon back-to-back 26 times. Oh my god. Fucking hell. That is a lot. Yeah, Divine Pillars of Light, I think, is what I'm thinking of, yeah. That's just a miracle, not a tome. Oh, and it sucks. I just remember that there's something there. I do want to do something with Bloodborne. I mean, kind of like the MDM. I mean, not entirely the same, but just like doing it all in one playthrough. Like using a different weapon for each boss. I think would be quite fun. I wanted to do that a bit ago, but didn't get around to it. So maybe I'll just do that at some point for fun. Definitely wouldn't be doing like 26 playthroughs of the game though. Did you do like all bosses in each of those playthroughs, or did you just do any percent? I want to do it with a randomizer as well. I mean, not like yeah, all bosses, yeah. I want to do it with a randomizer, like not randomizing enemies, but you know, just basically like a randomize which weapon and boss you fight next kind of thing. So I basically have a list. I made a list of when each weapon is available, like to get in the game, and then also which bosses you can fight at each time. So basically having like 2 wheels, and then each time you kill a boss, of the pool of currently available weapons and bosses, you spin both wheels to find out which boss you fight next and with which weapon. So then that way you can't just, you can't really pick which weapon you use. And just, because otherwise you could just use all the shit weapons on the easy bosses, which isn't as fun. Although if I ended up with Threaded Cane for Lawrence, I would actually just quit the run. So how does Divine Pillars actually work, Hellscape? Is it just one of the ones where you just like cast and it just chucks a ton of pillars over a certain area? So in the case of like Demon Prince, because of how big it is, they just all hit him. Is that how it works, or? And that's the thing. I think with pure randomness, it would be fun just because maybe you do get lucky, and I mean, you will probably get unlucky at some points. Yeah, so I did just make a list of every single weapon. Funny enough, honestly, it's ridiculous how much stuff is locked behind Amelia. Like or rather, how much the game opens up once you kill Amelia. But I know it gets you DLC access, but there is so much that you can do after beating Amelia. It's like a worse Chaos Storm. Oh, okay. So Amelia locks all the DLC stuff, the woods, Amygdala, like Nightmare Frontier. I'm trying to think if there are any others. I don't think there are others. There's still a lot of stuff to log. Which honestly I think is cool. Like just how much it opens up after Amelia. I mean, as I said, the main thing after Amelia is that you get DLC access. It's supposed to sound like 15 beams in the sky, but it's for... yeah. So the beams just kind of go randomly then. That is an issue. I'm sure if you could actually place the beams, it would probably be quite good. But if you can't place them, it's mostly random, then I can see why that is shit. That's not going to hit any of them. That's not going to hit any of them. Oh boy. That was the greatest thing I've ever done. Absolute perfect firebomb throwing from me there. How did I miss all of those? Didn't even hit one. I mean, luckily there is a bonfire right there where you can just reset the enemies. Holy shit. It's fine. I didn't get hit. I very nearly got hit by that though. Basically, Will, I just tried to throw a firebomb to kill the dogs, and I threw 3 firebombs and hit 0 dogs. So it wasn't my finest moment. Okay, can I please just have a run that makes it past Abyss Watchers now? Or is this just how it works, that we were getting run after run past Abyss Watchers, past Dancer kind of thing, and then as soon as we're on one hit, it's just, no, you can't play the game anymore? Is that how this works, actually? Now that it sees one hit, it's just going to do everything it can to stop me. Yeah, I thought I did better without prep as well, and then I got hit to DSA when I was still on a no-hit run. So... I mean... prep is kind of important. And that's it. All I can really do though is just practice the bosses. So I know how to do all of the areas pretty consistently unless a random enemy just decides that actually it's going to hit me today. So all I can really do is basically just practice Dancer, Deacons, Aldrich, DSA, Cinder, just on repeat, and hope for the best in actual runs. Because I don't need to practice areas because I know how to do them. Like, there's not really anything, there shouldn't really be variance in the areas. It's the kind of thing that once you know it and can do it, you shouldn't really have to worry about it. So all I can do is just a shit ton of boss fights. Which is basically what I do. Okay, what are they doing? Mate, can you go away? Thank you. So I'm definitely getting better at Aldrich though, which is a really good thing. Because my god, that fight sucks. I am actually starting to get reasonably confident, I would say. Definitely still not confident that I would get it no hit, like when I get there in a run. I'm getting better at it and more confident. Oh yeah, Aldrich in the run yesterday, and then also honestly the bits of practice I've done yesterday and today has actually gone well. So I am definitely getting better at that fight, but it's still really irritating. Keep getting hit at Gunda for no reason. Yeah. Wait, so have you finished a run yet, MDM, or are you just like sort of trying to do, let's say, the first part of the run like Hitless before you move on to the next part or that kind of thing? Like how do you go about learning it? I think when I learn these ones, I normally just watch a run, write some stuff down, and then just play through the route a few times. And then make some save files for like bosses in areas so that I can practice them separately. Okay, so you're kind of doing it like area by area then. It's like learning how to do the first part Hitless, like up to Abyss Watchers, then learn Abyss Watchers, then like learn how to get to Wolnir or something, then learn Wolnir, like that kind of thing. I mean, yeah, it definitely helps if you've like already played the game a lot and already have an idea of how to fight all the bosses. But I mean, that's the thing, like running through the route first is pretty important just so you know what equipment you're actually going to have for each boss. You know, so just making sure you actually know what you have for a boss fight before you learn the boss fight. Because the fights can be wildly different depending on what you have. I mean, this one just take... I don't know, take Pontiff for an example. If for Pontiff I had, say, +7 or +8 instead of a +9, then I would have to properly learn how to fight phase 2 with the clones. But because of the equipment I have, it's not even a worry and you can just kill him before that. Oh yeah, I guess that's... yeah, because of PlayStation. Yeah, that makes more sense, actually. Because PlayStation is a nightmare to fight. Or, like, you can't really make save files unless you use, like, cloud saves, but that still takes an age. Actually, I guess in PlayStation it kind of makes more sense to do it bit by bit. Because you can't really just get somewhere, make a save file, and then come back to it later. Oh yeah, because that's the thing, because on PC, just with save files, you can just run through the game, get to a boss, make a save file, and then just fight the boss and move on. And then later, when you want to, you can just load up the save file and properly learn the fight. You know, you don't need to learn it then and there. And that's it. Like, I just liked doing full game runs because you just get used to it. In the sense, you just get used to actually playing through the game in full and not just... It's not like, oh, I beat Abyss Watchers, okay, let's try this part again, I beat X boss or did X area. You actually get used to just going from part to part. Which I don't think is a massive thing, but it is useful. Just being familiar with the route as a whole, and not just the individual sections. Because I honestly think that's one of the reasons that Sekiro, Purification, and All Memories took so long for me. Because I barely ever did full runs of that. I would do a section and then I would stop, or I'd play up to a section, I would get hit, and then I would stop. So I played the early stuff a lot because I would reset all the time. But then because I wouldn't just do no reset runs or full runs at all, I wouldn't get enough practice on later stuff, except for, bits of save files here and there. So then when I'd actually make it there, I wasn't as good. So I do think it's still important to just do full runs from time to time, like regardless of how the actual run goes. Oh yeah, being able to learn, and that's it, any kind of tutorial really fucking helps. They're just the videos that also actually just show you what to do. I think Sekiro, Purification, and All Memories I kind of worked out myself. Like where I was going. I think All Memories I did. I never really looked at strats for Headless Ape or Demon. I think the other things I did look at runs. Oh, and yeah, on console, that's all you really can do. You can have a save file at a boss, and then just make sure that if you kill the boss, you quit out before it actually counts the kill. But that's really all you can do. I mean, and that's the thing, you could... I mean, DS3, you can have like 10 save files, can't you? So you could effectively do that for most bosses. But you have like 9 save files, just various different bosses. You'd just fight, but... that's basically as much as you can do. So I don't think Abyss Watchers are too bad to learn though. Like, Abyss Watchers really aren't that bad to learn, I think. I think the first properly difficult boss in the run is Dancer, in my opinion. Because you are still under-leveled and the fight does go on for a while. I mean, that's also how I did it with, I mean, I know this works slightly differently, but I used to speedrun Zelda Twilight Princess HD on the Wii U. And my Wii U basically had like 6 different Nintendo accounts. Because on that game you can have 3 save files, but you can like copy save files. So I had like 6 different Nintendo accounts for different parts of the run. Then each account had like 2 save files of an actual area. And then when I wanted to practice, I would copy the save file into slot 1, do the practice. And then you could just copy over it again, kind of thing. Because, of course, because that's a Wii U, there's no way to have actual save files or anything. Like any kind of manager. So that was how I practiced that stuff. You're trying to no-hit Consort Radahn on level 1 with a +0 club. Fucking hell. Okay, the only thing I would say about those bosses MDM is Deacons would surprise you. Like, Deacons casually are an absolute pushover, but no-hit Deacons, you will actually be surprised. It's definitely not free. I'll say that much. It's definitely not as easy as something like Vort or Gunda. Or Twin Prince. Honestly, Twin Princes is one of the easiest fights in the run because you can cheese them. Like, if you do the cheese, they're... If you do the cheese, Grand Archives Twin Princes is honestly one of the easiest parts of the entire run. I mean, yeah, you use Alluring Skulls and it definitely makes it easier. But it's still not completely straightforward. Oh, that's the thing. I use Alluring Skulls, and I mean, without Alluring Skulls, it'd be an absolute nightmare. But even with the skulls, it's definitely a lot easier than it could be, but I'd also say it's not completely free. I hate this game. How am I finding all the enemies that have never hit me before? How am I finding all of the fucking enemies that have never hit me before until today? That's 2 enemies in consecutive runs I've never been hit by. Oh my god. Like... I've never been hit by that specific groove from the run before, and I've never been hit by that dog. Ever. And then now, because I have 1 hit as a PB, back-to-back runs, enemies I've never been hit by. This same thing happened in Sekiro. As soon as I had like a 1 or 2 hit PB in Sekiro, I started finding the most random enemies possible to hit me. Yeah, Miyazaki knows the run is close. He's doing everything he can to throw me off. He's trying to stop me. And then he crashed my game. Oh my god. He really does want to stop me. Oh my god. What the fuck, Miyazaki? Let's try this again. I actually don't know what to do at this point. Miyazaki's just put all of FromSoft's resources into stopping me. At everything possible. Clearly means the run is close, but actually what the fuck, Miyazaki? I just want to get past Abyss Watchers. Spent 2 hours trying to get past Abyss Watchers. 3 runs have gotten really close, and honestly, like, one of them was my fault, but it still wasn't complete. Like, the hit I actually got on Abyss Watchers themselves wasn't even completely my fault. He just did a really, really weird attack for where he was. And then the 2 random enemies. And then a crash. What do I actually do with this game anymore? Oh dear. Well. Is that the... I want to say that's the first time my game's like crashed during no-hit run outside of Firelink. Because normally when it crashes, I'm just in Firelink. Honestly, it happens kind of frequently that it crashes. I think that's the first time it's actually done it outside of Firelink. Which probably isn't good. Yeah, once I'm past Abyss Watchers, it'll be the run, which is why they're trying to stop me. At least I'm getting really good at tree skip. That's the one takeaway from all of these resets. Doing tree skip. This is so dumb. Yeah, I'm getting really good at this first part. The issue is that I need to do more than just this first part. But now what will probably happen is, when I do get past Abyss Watchers, I'll probably somehow find a way to get hit by, like, the Ballista in Smouldering Lake or something. Like, when I do get past the Bit Swatchers, they will find something else. This is just ridiculous at this point. Like, why can't you give me these hits when my PB is like 5 or like 10 or something? Like, why can you do this when I was still getting like 10 hit runs? Why does it have to be on a 1? Hard to learn Soul of Cinder. You've heard that he's the hardest boss in the run. I would say he is, yeah. I would say Aldrich and Soul of Cinder are the 2 hardest. I think Aldrich, a lot of it just comes down to phase 2 being annoying. But Soul of Cinder mechanically is the hardest boss in the game. Or like the hardest boss in the run for sure. Because, I mean, it is effectively 5 movesets. So yeah, Soul of Cinder is the hardest boss in the run. It is difficult to learn, but it's very doable. It's a very doable fight, but it's difficult. Just because you need to know each of the 4 movesets in the first phase. And then also plus the second phase. I think if you're lucky, you can kill him completely in the sword form. Like, if you're lucky and never switches, then you kill him entirely in sword form, you don't have to worry about anything else. But if he starts switching a bunch, yeah. Yeah, Mage is the easiest for sure. Mage, Sword and Spear are honestly fine. I used to be terrified of the Spear phase. Honestly, now I think it's okay. And then Curved Sword. Curved Sword, I only punish like 1 or 2 attacks. I don't even try. Curved Sword, there's like 1, maybe 2 attacks I'll punish, otherwise I just dodge and wait until he switches again. Because that one is definitely the hardest phase. I mean, actually, what the hardest part is when he starts switching with the mage stuff. So when he has the, like, soul mass around him and then switches. So you've got, like, spear and mage, or curved sword and mage. That's the difficult part. Because it's just not really safe to actually try any attacks if he has the soul mass around him. I think mage is easiest, then probably sword. Like mage is easiest. I think sword and spear are pretty similar, and then curved sword is hardest. I'd say it's either hardest or second hardest boss in the run, but it's still doable. It's very doable. Oh yeah, that's the thing. If he's in one of the other, or basically whenever he has the soul mass up, even if he's still in mage, if he has the soul mass up, you just you don't chance it. Really, you just kind of wait for it to go. But that's the thing, it is like possible to get consistent at it. You know, it's just a lot of memorization and just knowing each phase very well. It just sucks because it's the final boss and said arguably the hardest in the entire run. So you've got the hardest boss in the run in combination with your nerves being at their highest. You'll definitely be able to figure it out though. I mean, at least it's fair. Like, yes, it's difficult, but it is fair and it's very obvious what you need to do for each thing. I think in something like Aldrich's case, it's difficult and also less fair because there could just be fire on the ground, or, you know, there could just be something random that gets you hit. Whereas in Soul of Cinder, there's no actual bullshit like that. You just need to know every attack. Oh yeah, kind of like having Sword Saint last in Sekiro. I mean, that's the thing. In Elden Ring, you can script pretty much every boss in the game. But yeah, there's no scripting Soul of Cinder. It's just something you have to know. So I think it's your third favourite boss across all games. That's interesting, actually. So honestly, I would put Soul of Cinder like third or fourth in base game from DS3. Like, it's not even my favourite in base game. I guess overall I'd probably put it like sixth. My favourite DS3 bosses. But I mean, it's still a really good fight. And say it is a very fun one to learn. Really fun fight to learn, just shit that it's, you know, what you have to do for the final boss of a no-hit run. I don't actually know where I would put Ishin in terms of my favourite bosses. It's like my favourite FromSoft boss is Maria. For sure. I'm trying to think where I'd actually put Ishin. See, my top 3 are Maria, Mesmer, Frida. Wait, are you okay, Marina? Do you want me to stop? Hang on, I can stop, hang on. Are you sure? So I will definitely stop. Yeah, but it's not like it's a close run though. I'm not losing much. I'll keep going for now, but I can definitely stop at any time if you need. Why do I even pick up this Ember? I've never seen you do that attack before. What the fuck? I've never seen that guy do that attack. Okay, the game really is just throwing everything at me now. As I said, I've not seen the Outrider Knight do that attack before. Everything's happening in Road and Fountainkeep. Oh yeah, I guess if you've already played DS1 and then didn't get spoiled at all, then I guess like phase 2 can be a pretty big thing. So DS3 was my first Souls game. So like all of that stuff, I didn't even notice. I was just fighting the boss. So that stuff didn't even like matter to me. And I just thought it was a cool boss, so yeah, definitely if you've played DS1 and then do that, I'd imagine it's really cool. Okay, back to Foundkeep again. Like I said, for my top 3, Maria, Mesmer, Frida, like overall. I think in DS3, it'd be Frida. I say Medea Gale or Gale Medea. I honestly don't know. I think Frida, Gale, Medea. Twin Princes Dance the Soul of Cinder. Probably was like the start of my DS3 ranking. Frida, Gale, Medea, Twin Princes Dance the Soul of Cinder, Abyss Watchers, and then I can't be bothered to work it out from that point. Yeah, Mesmer's by far my favourite boss in Elden Ring, for sure. I honestly don't think anything is close to Mesmer. I think I think Midra's quite, like, Midra I absolutely love as well. I think Medra, no, Medra and Misma. Mesmer, Midra, Melania, all of the M's are my top 3 Elden Ring bosses. Yeah, Midra's the Frenzy Flame dude in the DLC. So do we just have the exact same Elden Ring top 3 then? I mean, fair enough. I'm trying to think if I'd even say it. What is my 3rd favourite DLC boss? Probably Bale. Mesmer, Mitra, Bale. Radahn? Mesmer, Mitra, Bale, Radahn. Villana. No. Radahn, Ramina. Villana, Lion. Wait, how many is that? Wait, shit. Mesmer, Mitra, Bales 3, Radahn 4, Ramina 5, Villana 6, Lion 7, Utrescent 8, Gaius 9, Scaladry 10, Meta 11. Yeah, there are 11 major bosses in DLC, that's right. That's probably how I'd rank, like, the Remembrance plus Bale DLC bosses. Yeah, I do think I like Bale more than Romina. Honestly, first playthrough I hated Gaius with a passion. But honestly, it's actually kind of a decent fight. I still, I mean, it's still, what, 9th for me, but I think that's more me liking the other bosses more as opposed to me not liking Gaius. Like, Gaius I can appreciate now at least. Radahn, Bale, Lion, Valana, Gaius, Romina, PK, Sunflower Meta. I mean, yeah, the general consensus is that Sunflower and Meta are both dog shit. They're both not a lot of fun. That's it. I just really like Romina. I just think it's a really fun boss. And also Radahn, especially... Honestly, I already did like the Radahn fight, to be fair. But after they fixed, like, the cross slash that just always hit you, after they actually made that attack dodgeable, I think it got better again. Once it actually, once you could actually dodge it and didn't just lose half of your HP every time he went for that attack. Wait, Will, you haven't done Elden Ring DLC yet, have you? I'm pretty sure you haven't, right? You haven't, yeah, okay. Just trying to remember, yeah. I think you do need to at some point. I mean, on New Game Plus 2, it'll be fine, surely. Behavior from Arena is from first walkthrough and challenges. Oh, was she awful for challenge runs or something? But I don't think... no, the only challenge run I've done with the DLC... Actually, no, I've done a few. What am I talking about? Because I've done... okay, the only one where I really had to learn the fight is RL1 Scadu 0. So I did room level 1, Scadu level 0. But that's it, I don't remember Romina being that bad in that fight. But I think I was decent at it. And that said, I've also done... like DLC at 200% speeds. Which, okay, you just tanked everything she did. And then Bright Armor only DLC, which again wasn't really an issue. It's like I've never had an issue with her in like any of the challenge runs I've done, but I guess with the hitboxes because of the centipedes and stuff, it could be annoying, yeah. And DSA is Dragon Slayer armor, Rodolph. And that's the thing, I found Romina pretty simple, I think. On my first playthrough, I think I died like 4 or 5 times to her. Which for me means it was pretty simple. Yeah, I can imagine. Honestly, anything New Game +2 is probably difficult, Will. Like, not just Malekith, but... Also, I think that's just a different thing for everyone as well, though, because... I said, I find the Malekith fight quite easy. I mean, like, especially Malekith himself and not Beast Clergyman. I think that's just a thing for everyone, that they just find different bosses difficult. And yeah, if you never really learned her, then maybe that's could be part of the reason, but even so... I just like the Mina fight, and I absolutely love her design. Like, the sort of centipede... What's the other one? Centipede and Scorpion. Just like the general aesthetic of her, I just love.
No!
Okay, let's not get hit this time. Oh wait, is there actually a way to consistently get past that dude? How have I never heard of like a consistent strat for that knight? I've never seen one. Hit the wall at the door, wait for him to do a jump attack. And then he'll be passive again. Goes into the... I've never seen that before. How have I not come across that at any point? It is according to your guide. I mean, I would imagine your guide is pretty accurate. How do I only... What shard did I forget to pick up? Oh, I guess I'm buying one. What shard did I miss?
Well, I built it. Very that.
I can still get my normal levels and stuff. Yeah, food sounds good, Hellscape. I should really do that as well at some point. Right, I have all my equipment. This is all correct. Then there is this enemy behind this tree. Yeah, look, he just stood up and didn't even do anything. Like, they never attack. Oh yeah, you said it was Dino, didn't you? I mean, I would trust a guide that he makes, yeah. I would trust that to be consistent. For sure. He's not bad. That was a bit too close to my liking. Why? Why can I not fight Abyss Watchers now? What was I meant to do there? Because he was coming like over here. Oh, my friend got fucked. But how have I... How can I not beat Abyss Watchers? That is not good. Oh dear. And my friend keeps getting fucked. This has not gone well. Like, if I went and practiced Abyss Watchers, I would get it, like, every time. I would get this every time if I just went and practiced this now. Guaranteed. I hate this game. How do I keep dying to them? Like losing runs to them? Actually cannot make a run past them. Okay, since when could you just strafe that? Okay, you can't strafe that one though. I'm gonna practice Abyss Watchers, but I know if I practice this 10 times, I will hitless it. At least 9 of them. Where are Abyss Watchers? Oh, God. Just so many. I didn't even get above level 14. That's how shit we were. You've missed a lot of agility. You've missed some absolutely fucking horrendous hits. By enemies that have never hit me before. I should actually do that just to show that I have... It's not a run. Oh dear. Oh no, this stream. You've missed some absolute crackers all in the past 2.5 hours. No, don't go for him. Oh dear. And yet this is kind of what I expected with how Abyss Watchers would go so far. I don't want to just go for this guy. Unless he actually charges me. Okay, almost made a mistake there. Okay, that wasn't exactly convincing, I'll be honest. And, you know, take care, MDM. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, that attack I really don't like. Why am I even having to practice Abyss Watchers? Like, I know how to do this fight. Okay, apparently not, because I missed the backstab. Okay, please just do the spin. Okay, why is he not spinning? Please. Oh, yeah. Could just be me being annoyed with how bullshit some of the hits on the past runs have been. But yeah, oh, that's so irritating. I'm going to do it again, but I know that if I do it again, I will get a no-hit again. I guess it's kind of just to do with I've been hit so many times today getting here or like on here that then for today it's just a really annoying roadblock and I'm just annoyed by everything, so when I actually get there I just mess up. Oh no, the one hit run was yesterday, agility. See, today we had some really stupid hits and haven't actually made it past the Abyss Watchers. But one hit was yesterday. Which was also new distance PB. Yesterday wasn't a double PB. I think the 3-hit run was the stream before. Yeah, the 3-hit run was last Wednesday. And then yesterday was 1 hit. Where we got hit to DSA. Oh yeah, that's it. It was a distance PB as well as being an actual hit, like amount PB. Oh, you mean double PB? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it was. I mean, DSA is fine, he just stalled so much. Because he basically just stalled so much in phase 2 that, like, the butterflies all got involved and started doing their attacks. And then I eventually got hit trying to balance DSA and the butterfly. How is he not dead? Did all of my attacks. How much dex does this save file have? 17, that's why. I would have 18 here. I mean, I can have a look at DSA. It's not going to hurt to have a look at DSA. Just the bloody shield is so... Like, if he just does this, but in phase 2, then that's just completely screwed. So I just need a tiny bit more damage. That's the thing. If he stalls on... If he stalls once he's in phase 2 and doesn't actually do any attacks, then it's just kind of over. If he just did that yesterday, I would have the run. If he did that yesterday, I would have the run, so yeah. Guess we'll just go over a few bosses. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt to go over some bosses. I'm definitely getting better at Solar Cinder. That was a very sketchy second hit I probably shouldn't have gone for. Yeah, today we haven't gotten a run past the Abyss Watchers. I've lost 2 runs to Abyss Watchers, 1 run to an enemy just before Abyss Watchers, who I've never been hit by before, one run to an enemy in the like undead settlement section just before Abyss Watchers that I've never been hit by before. Yeah. It's been very interesting. The early game has just been shit. I do not like that. That shouldn't be phase 2. That is phase 2. Oh yeah, I would get out of there. Okay, so the threshold is something like 1650 damage. 1620 is fine, but 1670 is too much. That's it. I can't remember exactly what the damage number is. That's what I'm looking at when I like do this part. Because that's 1635 and that won't phase 2. That's like right on the threshold. I don't know what the exact number is. I missed so many attacks there. Yeah, that's fine. And that's it. 3 L1s and 2 R1s is like it is pretty much right on the boundary. So I think I'm at like 49 or 50 decks. Yeah, that Aldrich was no hit. Yeah, I'm at 49 decks here. So 49 or 50 decks, 3 L1s and 2 R1s is the boundary. Okay, can I stop missing attacks? Can I stop missing attacks? At least Aldrich is hanging around a lot. Was that the exact same fight? Did Aldrich just go to the exact same places and do the exact same attacks there? Okay, let me do a round of Dancer as well. I wasn't really practiced then if it was just an identical fight. Oh, mine's... Oh, okay. It wasn't quite the same then. I even missed, like, the same hits. So I'm definitely getting better at Aldrich. I'm getting much better at Aldrich now. Yeah, the run is so close, for sure. We are really close to getting it. Yeah, I don't think I have time to do more runs now, sadly. It's 6:15 already for me. So I don't think I can do more runs. So it wasn't great. It wasn't great for runs today, but I mean, the game just didn't like us. Yeah, there is a way, I think, to keep hitting darts as she's spinning, but I do not trust myself to go for it, to put it bluntly. I do not trust myself. She didn't follow it up that time. We can see if I can get past the Abyss Watchers just once. I mean, yeah, we could. We could do one more and see how it goes. Okay, can Dancer stop stalling? Please stop stalling. God, my fucking buff is already worn off. I hate that attack so much. I mean, a run is a bit under 2 hours. For me, anyway. I think I do it quite slowly. We'll do one more run. Only 2 more weeks until the place where I gave up the S3 no-hit last year. You're not wrong, because it was the Elden Ring DLC. Does this fit? Yes, it does. Yeah. Wait, am I fighting Dancer the wrong way round then? I honestly find fighting her that way round, being on the sword side, more comfortable. Because if I'm on the sword side, I can at least see, I can at least see what attacks she's doing easier. Like, yes, she has quick attacks, but I can see them easier. She doesn't have, like, her body in the way. So I just prefer fighting her that way round. Nightwane's going really well agility. Haven't beaten the final boss yet, but done the other 7. and done 2 of them solo. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it for sure. Okay, hang on a second. Sorry about that. IRL RNG. Yeah. It did get real quiet. Had some IRL RNG to deal with. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything is fine. What was your heartwarming statement? Oh shit. We're inseparable when it comes to DS3 bosses. Was that the statement? Like, that's not a good thing because it's your file. You should be beating them yourself. Learn to beat the DS2 bosses you can't beat aren't even in the... Wait, did you beat Nameless King by yourself? Wait, I can't remember. Which bosses actually did you beat by yourself? You did beat Nate, okay. Shit, why were we actually playing DS2 together? I know we did at some point, but why? I don't mean that in a bad way, but why? I fucking missed. Oh, for Platinum, okay. You've beaten every main game boss except Soul of Cinder now. Okay, so you've almost beaten the game. Except for the fact that Frida, Midir and Gale all had my health. I'm gonna buy Demon Soul soon. You need to finish Sekiro. You still haven't done Sekiro. I say, you're not missing out on much by having not played Demon Souls yet. Now, you don't need to be afraid of Sekiro. I'm sure you'll manage.
Are you ready to have the event?
Equip that stuff. Pyro only Ancient Wyvern, what the fuck? Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Like, I swear fighting Ancient Wyvern without the gimmick is harder than fighting Yorm without the gimmick. Teeman's Gravetender and the Church Person. That is Half-Light's new name. From now on, Half-Light is the Church Person. I still haven't reset my... Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, it doesn't matter. You got to the plunger and then just boulder heaved. Honestly, fair enough. Sounds like a strategy. Imagine trying to fight Ancient Wyvern actually just by, like, scratching its toes. Half-Light is a person in a church, that's very true. I did not want to do a jump attack. But how the fuck do you even do a jump attack in this game? I couldn't do a jump attack again if I tried. Oh, there we go. But how the fuck did I do a jump attack there? All of these I'm trying to do jump attacks here. I actually cannot do it. Why would they make a fucking, like, attack option that is tap the stick forward and press R2 at the same time? Like, what is this? There we go. I mean, at least I'm in red tier stone range now. Today is really not the fucking day. I'm stopping there. I'm just gonna stop there. Today is not the day. Nope. This game really did everything it could to stop me today. It busted out so much bullshit. I'm actually shocked. I didn't know there was that much bullshit in the first, like, 4 areas of the game. The first 5 areas. It really did just hate me today. Just... Our longest run was 33 minutes. Yeah. Game really did not like me. Why did that just close my game? Yeah, I hate DS3, I hate DS3, I still hate DS3. Oh, and help, yeah. Yesterday went really well, and then today was just this. Oh dear. I'm going to stop there though. Does Praise Miyazaki fit as a name? Oh my god, it does. Okay, that's our name next time. Yeah, with Sekiro, there was a period where I actually just could not get past, like, Genichiro. Like, there were a couple streams. No, there was a stream at one point. I had 14 runs to Gyobu, and I got past, and I hitless Gyobu on 2 of them. I just could not fight Gyobu that stream. Wait, what was your name suggestion, Marina? But like this stream, it wasn't even me playing bad per se. Like, as soon as I went into practice on all the harder bosses, I was absolutely fine. It wasn't even necessarily me being bad, it was just the game being dog shit. Well, all the will is bad names, yeah. Oh, last time. Yeah, maybe I need to take name suggestions instead of just saying I hate DS3. But yeah. I am going to call it there for today though. I will do more of this on Friday. And hopefully the game won't be so mean. Hopefully the game won't be so mean on Friday and we'll be able to get the run. But this was bad. I actually can't get over how bad it was today. But yeah, for now anyway, until Friday, have a very good rest of your evening and have a good Thursday, and we'll do more of this Friday. So take care everyone, thank you for watching and goodbye.